to quote everything I say in various forums around the world, and actually I should say misquote everything I say, so I'll repeat it for a third time. It's possible that it will be done by next Thursday or next Friday, and you'll be able to remove your funds via bank wire. If you want to remove via bank wire, you have to do two things. You have to register your bank account. You can register up to 3 bank accounts, actually, in your back office. You can't have more than 3. They can't be corporate accounts. If they're corporate accounts, chances are we will have to request documentation. If they're a personal account, practically anywhere on the planet, we'll be able to send the funds to you. Now, I doubt we're sending funds to Iraq. We're probably not sending funds by bank wire to Afghanistan. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But other than those kind of places, we'll be able to send your bank wire. So that's the first thing you have to do, is register it. The second thing you have to do is cancel your withdrawal, because you can't take a withdrawal that's requested to Liberty and send it to a bank wire. So you'll need to cancel the whatever pending withdrawal, or not request a withdrawal until that's available. One of the two. That's going to alleviate some of the stress on us in providing enough e-currency to catch up. Understand, we've had several $1 million worth of withdrawal requests, and it's taking time to get the funds here. Using multiple exchangers, funds are coming in daily. Now, we have only received a couple of bank wires as of now for smaller amounts. The rest of them will be here over the next several days, and then we'll be completely caught up. Okay, how long to receive your bank wires? Once the bank wire request form is in place and you request a bank wire, the banks, it generally takes 2 to 5 days for a bank wire to complete. Okay, it takes 2 to 5 days. Now, and that's based on, it's the same thing. When you request a bank wire, it's not going to happen that day. At the end of the day, we're going to pull those, and then we'll start placing the bank wires. We'll start sending the bank wires out. Well, depends on what time of day we get that information to the bank. Some of them will go out the day we send them. Some of them will be after their cutoff period, and it will be the next day. So it could be 1 full, if not 2 full days before our bank even sends the wire. Then it can take 2 to 3 days for it to arrive. In fact, it can take 3 or 4 days, depends on your bank and your intermediary bank that's involved and where you are on this planet. So the best estimating period is 2 to 5 days. Sometimes when we send, if you request today, let's say you requested an hour ago before the cutoff period, and yours was, of course, you would be at the bottom of the pile because other people had requested 23 hours ago or 24 hours ago. Okay, so theirs was going to get processed first. Well, let's say let's use that as the example. 24 hours ago, or just now, right now, you request a bank wire this very minute. In 23 hours and 15 minutes, we're going to collect those and start processing them. And let's say yours was first. Well, a good chance our bank's going to send it out the same day we request it. And there's a good chance your bank's going to receive it the same day. So it could be as short as a single full day, maybe less than 48 hours anyway. But most likely 2 to 5 days. That's the time frame we're going to talk about. If your bank wire's not here for 6 days and it takes you 6 days to receive bank wires, guess what your time frame will be? 6 days. If it takes 7, guess what? Then your time frame for the next bank wire, you can probably expect 7. And that's how it'll work. It'll be determined by how long it takes. And that's all we can do, because we won't control it. Once you request it, the next day we're going to submit it, and then it's the bank's problem. We expect to be able to start sending those bank wires to you the latter part of next week. Now, we've also had a lot of questions about the forum and the gallery. Well, those will be up in the next couple of days. We got one guy who's not working on any of the other important issues. He's just not his deal, and he'll have that forum and the gallery back up for you, I hope, by this evening, but most likely within the next couple of days. The last thing, or a couple of the last things that I want to talk about, is I mentioned in a previous release about compensations. Once all these accounts are corrected, once all the pendings are paid, and the maturities are back on track, they're no longer 4 days delayed, those members that had delays due to delayed withdrawals or delayed maturities, whatever. I mean, even you guys that are still waiting for pendings that are 3 and 4 days old or whatever, you're going to receive in your account at PTV, in your withdrawal account, equal compensation based on the investment that you were participated in. If your balance has been sitting there for if your with pending has been sitting there for, say, 5 days, and it's taken us that long to pay you, well, then we're going to add 5 days worth of interest to your pending. Okay, or maybe we pay you tomorrow, and in a week from now, we're going to be doing all of this accounting, looking, but this person had to wait 5 extra days, so we're going to send you 5 days. Now, it's never going to be up to 100%, because if it takes us another week to get it, we're not paying you 10 days. But we are going to compensate you for the time that it actually took us to get this done. We're going to compensate you for the 4 days late, and we're going to compensate you for the time that you set in pending. And that's the best we can do. It's like I said, it's not going to be 100% because it may take us an extra week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks to finally compensate you. And we're not compensating for you the time that it takes us to compensate, but we will compensate you for the time that it's set in pending, and we will compensate you for the time that your maturity delayed. And that's just the best we can do. Some people are going to say, well, that's not good enough. Well, there is an exit. You know, I don't know how to be any more candid or blunt than that. I mean, when you get your money, take it. Leave freely with blessings. The last thing I want to talk about really is the unnecessary tickets. We have a severe problem with support tickets. We're getting lots of support tickets about issues that are already covered, that we send out releases for. We don't need the support tickets. It's ridiculous to have 400 and 500 support tickets about an issue that's already been solved. We know your maturity's 4 days late. We don't need you to tell us. We know your pending withdrawal has not been paid yet. We don't need you to tell us. So please assist us and tell those of your friends to help get them to assist us in alleviating some of the additional workload so that we can move forward as opposed to sitting here playing catch up. We need your assistance. Now look, I want to say basically in closing that PTV was built to accomplish a number of goals. It was built to accomplish assisting you in freeing your life. And with all of these problems, you know, I feel like a failure in this endeavor. I felt like, in all honesty, I felt like when we created this program, we would be able to overcome all of these kind of problems that all the other HYIPs have been subjected to. We did everything we thought was right in order to overcome these problems. You know where I made my biggest mistake was in trying to deliver too much too fast, too soon. I saw the big picture and I went for more. You know, I went for trying to deliver and create or obtain the goal from the original concept at too early a stage in time. I saw all these things happening. You know, a lot of people say, well, there's no silica, it's a fictitious silica mine. It's just, and now all of a sudden they have gold. We've told you about the gold on the property since the beginning. Several months ago we told you that they found additional gold vein and that we were going to build a road through that area as our road to get down to the bottom area, to the bottom of the valley where we were putting in the stockyard. We were going to move that so that we would have to excavate. It would assist us in acquiring those funds. So we have the gold option. Well, because of these issues, we made an investment opportunity in that endeavor as well. It's part of the deal. From the beginning, it's been there. We didn't make it up. We didn't just pull it out of thin air or out the backside of our rear ends. It's been there since the beginning. The only thing we've done is given you an option to participate in it. Well, what does that do for us?